Hey guys, this is Lou with East Coast Cruise Center. On the Norwegian Prima today, and I got up early so we can do a little highlight reel of the ship, show you around a little bit. It's been a nice cruise. Hard to believe a week is over already. Today's our last day, so I figure I'd better get out here and do this, or it's going to be more difficult to do it when all the people are walking around. So I got up early, so I'm a little fuzzy yet. So let's start off with where we are right now, which is deck 6. The way this ship is set up, you have deck 6, 7, and 8, and that's where you're going to find entertainment, dining, casino, bars, shopping, and then you have a bunch of, from 9 up to 15 is going to be all guest rooms, and then from 16 up, again, more dining and the spa, the Lido deck, the pools, the go-kart track. So we're gonna hit all that on this little video, okay? So we're gonna start right now with the Atrium. Okay. So over here is gonna be where you're gonna come in when you first board the ship, right there. You may come in on the aft portion, but that's just down the hall, okay? One thing about this ship is it's a new ship, newer, but the last class was, if you've ever been on Breakaway, Escape, Getaway, this is actually a little bit smaller than those ships. So like the Atrium here isn't as big as the Atrium on those ships. Again, this covers deck 6, 7, and 8. Okay, it's very nice. Downstairs here is where they have entertainment, little shows, games that the staff, hosts with the guests. You got the Primrose Bar over there. That also acts as a casino bar. The casino is right there, so you can walk down the hall and there's the casino. And then the cruise next desk is over here. So that's on deck 6. And if you're wondering why, it's because you will hear a lot from the cruise next people. They want you to buy more credits for your next cruises. So you also have one of the liquor store down here and some other shopping, perfumes and whatnot. Okay, so you'll board over here. When you first board, if you haven't made dinner reservations or entertainment reservations, your best bet is to do one of 3 things. Get on the app right away and book your dining. You can't do it before you get on the ship unless you did it early. There's a limited amount of time you can do it. You can come here to the Prima Theater and you can book everything, including if you need reservations for shows or dining, you can do it here at the Prima Theater. Or you can go on your app, like I said. Once you get on the ship, you can't do it on your app outside the ship. You got to be on the ship. You have to turn your phone onto airplane mode and log on to the ship's Wi-Fi. And from there, you can book your dining. That's the way I did it. It was quick. It was easy. I didn't have to wait on any lines. The other way you can do it is at every elevator bank and other spots throughout the ship, you have these screens, okay? These are touch screens, like giant tablets. One of them will have information for you, like what day it is, because you need to know that from time to time. The time, what's going on today. Today is a sea day, like yesterday was Cozumel. What's it going to be like tomorrow when we get to port, and all kinds of activities that's going up throughout the day, so you can see what's happening. Okay, so there's a karaoke blast at 10:30 today, for example, at the Improv Club. This screen over here will give you more information. This screen, you can say explore the ship. When you touch it, it's going to pop up the floor that you're on and everything that's on this floor. The casino, Cagney Steakhouse, shopping, where restrooms are. And down below, you can say, well, I just want to look at dining. And they'll show you what dining. The Commodore room, which is a main dining room, is on this floor in Cagney Steakhouse. So that's really handy. That's on every floor. So the other thing that's helpful, there's 2 elevator banks on this ship. And when you look at the menu of what's on every floor, at the top here, you'll see like this is 6 starboard, and it will give you a little dot towards the front. That will tell you this is the forward elevator. If we're at the other bank of elevators, the dot would be back here, and you know you're at the aft elevators. Okay, so we're going to take a walk down to Cagney's and show you that. From the front of the ship, again, the casino, the theater was, I just showed you the sign for the theater. It's closed right now, so I can't show you that. Okay, even if I could, it'd be dark. But again, this is the main atrium. At night, the band's over here. They have good entertainment. The one thing they don't have with this ship, though, that we've noticed anyway, maybe we just haven't found it. There's no places to go dancing. There's a lot of entertainment, but you're just watching. You're not dancing. There's no dance floors or anything like that. So again, here's the casino. And I'm going to pause this as we walk through the casino, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we just walked through the casino, and that brings us into the Belvedere bar. And there's some nice seating back here. The bar's over there. In the morning, they have it set up with juices and pastries and coffee. So if you wanted to grab a little something, and your rooms are nearby, instead of going all the way up to the buffet and whatnot, you can come in here if you just want to grab some coffee. But in the afternoon, later in the day, that opens up and it's a full service bar. This is Cagney's in here. I don't know if we can get in. No, but Cagney's is their steakhouse here. We went the first 2 nights we had dinner here at Cagney's. If you get the free at sea package, you get 3 nights, depending on your cruise, how many days it is and whatnot, you get 3 nights dining in the specialty restaurants. And we also get 2 nights dining in the restaurants because we're platinum. So we did our first 2 nights here. First night was good. I had the Australian lamb chops, and they were really good. Valerie had the filet. We enjoyed the dinner that night. The second night I came in and I went for the ribeye, which honestly was horrible. It was overcooked. It was tough. So I sent it back and they gave me another one, and it was just as tough. It was 2 ribeyes in a row that were not good. So I switched over to a filet, and that was okay. But we didn't go back in there. So, but that is Cagney Steakhouse. And then over on this side, and this is deck 6 aft. They have it set up for an art auction. That's later on this morning. But this is the Commodore room. And that is a main dining room. They have 2 main dining rooms on this ship. This Commodore room is a very nice ship. And this is the other dining room, the Commodore room, and upstairs there's Hudson's, and we'll see that in a little bit. Again, this dining room is getting ready for an art auction. So, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go up. That's it for deck 6, as far as public areas goes. Okay, so you have the Commodore room, you got Cagney's, you got the casino, and up in front you have the theater and the atrium, and that's it for deck 6. We're going to go back up to deck 7 in the atrium and take a look at that. Be right back. Okay, we're back on deck 7 now. Forward again. The Prima Theater has entrances up here. So you can enter the theater on deck 6 forward, 7, or 8. The shows they have on this ship are this one here, Bossa Nova Beat. Now that's a Burn the Floor production. If you've been on NCL before, all their ships have a production company called Burn the Floor. And what's really neat about it, other than it's excellent, each ship has a different show by Burn the Floor. So if you go on the Escape, and you go on the Breakaway, and you go on the Prima, and you go see Burn the Floor, you're going to get a different show on each ship. So that's really great. The other shows they have on this ship, we saw on the Breakaway as well, Red, White, and British. That was really good. All British rock, starting from the Beatles on. And the other one is, Rumors. They take the whole Fleetwood Mac Rumors album and go from start to finish. They usually do that at Sid Norman's Poorhouse, what we're going to see. But good morning.
Good morning.
But it gets so many people, the room can't handle it. So finally they moved it to the theaters. So if you get a chance to see the Rumors show or Burn the Floor, any of these shows, so far every show we see on Norwegian is just super good. All right. Take a look out the window here. I don't know if you can see it, but over there we're going by Cuba right now. All right, so into the atrium. On deck 7, the atrium, on the port side, you have all shops going down the side of the ship. Over here you have guest services and onboard credit. So if you're supposed to get onboard credit or whatever, you have any questions about any onboard credit, you would go there. Anything else, you'd go over to guest services. Again, if they have shows down below on deck 6, you can stand up around the ledge here and watch that. You got a Starbucks over here. And we're going to go down over here in a second. Go down to the gateway. That's all shops as well. Okay, we'll take a walk over there. Okay, so here's another view from upstairs on deck 7, looking down on the atrium. And you can see it's a really pretty ship, very modern, the architecture on it. Over on this side of deck 7 is the shore excursion desk. So if you want to do any shore excursions, you didn't book it yet, you can go there and take care of that. And there's also a little table right over there where if you do need to work on dining reservations after you're boarded and the theater is closed or whatever, you need any help, they have somebody at that desk who can help you with dining reservations. Okay, so over on this side, in the midship here in the middle of deck 7 is the gateway, which is all shopping. Okay, you got FA. I think they call it FA. I don't know if it's FA or EFA. I don't really deal with them. One thing about this ship is they have some shopping, but they don't have a ton of shopping. So I'll be all different watches. What the shopping they do have is generally designer stuff too. If you buy anything on the ship, it's going to cost you a little bit. Let me put it to you like that. Usually liquor you get a good deal on. Anything else, if you're buying art, if you're buying designer purses, if you're buying watches, generally guys, you're going to get a better deal online. Okay? For example, with the artwork from Park West, you know, these are some Peter Max things, which I love. But I looked up pricing for these things on shore, did some research, quite a bit less for what you can get them for on board. And, you know, when you're home, you can deal with people right there if you have any problems or need anything. So this is Sid Norman's Poorhouse. They have a band that plays in here. They're on most, if not all, NCL ships, and the band that they have here is always fantastic. Here is the problem. It's very small. So when you're dealing with guests of ships that handle 3,500, 4,000 people or more, if you want to go to this show, any of the shows here, you want to get there early. Or you're not going to get in, you're going to be packed in here. So, but the bands that play here are fabulous. And normally on the other ships, they do Rumors in here. But I think they finally got it through their head that people were getting very upset that they couldn't get in to see the show, so they moved that to the main theater. So check your schedules for that, okay? But if you can get in here, it's a lot of fun. But again, they're a great band. They play great music, but you're just watching them. You cannot get up and dance, which they're a great dance band, but it's just a performance, okay? So again, that's when you want to get here early. The other place you want to get here early for is across the hall, and that's the comedy club, the Improv. If you want to go to a comedy show at the Improv, you want to get here early, because this is it. Again, this ship holds about, I think 3,600 people, and this is all they have the room for. So you might want to get here early. If you have the drink package, just get a drink or two and come in early and sit at one of the tables and relax and have your drink and wait for the show. I tell you, the guy I caught the other night was very good. I liked him better than most of the guys I see on Carnival. So, but again, they do have, I think it was on the first night, they did have both comedians that are on this ship in the theater, which honestly I think all these shows should be in the theater so everybody can see them. How you doing today? Thank you. Okay, so where are we going? This is, they display some of the art coming down this, and then you're going to come down a little bit more. Here's the other elevator banks. So this is the aft elevator bank, deck 7. Okay. And over here you have the entrance to La Bistro restaurant. Sad to say, guys, we had dinner here. It was not good. I got the sole, which I usually have at this restaurant on other ships. It was disgusting. It was absolutely horrible. They switched it out for the sea bass, and that was better. But, it wasn't of the quality that you would expect from something that you're paying $60 a head for. I say $60 a head, but it is covered under your meal plan if you have the free at sea package. Okay, my wife had the chicken, and it was okay. Again, it was just okay. It should have been better than okay. So we really weren't thrilled with this, but it's a really pretty room, as you can see. Like most places, everything's hit or miss, but I was really disappointed because on other Norwegian ships, when we ate at this restaurant, it was very good. So that's on this side. And then on the other side is one of the other lounges. They have the lounges and bars really spread out here. Okay, so we're going into the Metropolitan lounge area now, where you have your cigar room. So you can, if you're into cigars, you have your humidor, you can go in there and you can smoke your cigars. This area here, they do have live entertainment. And again, they're very good. And they interact with the people very well. But you're not going to dance. So I don't know what the ship has against dancing, but you're not going to do it here. Once you come through the Metropolitan bar, you'll get into some of the other specialty dining restaurants. Coming up here is Nama. This is their sushi bar. We have not eaten here yet. And it wasn't for lack of trying, folks, because we've been eating and eating and eating. So this is the sushi place. Honestly, I haven't talked to anybody who's eaten here, so hello. And then on this side of the hallway is Hazuki. Hazuki is the Japanese steakhouse, like the Benihana's. We wanted to get in here, but we couldn't get a reservation. Again, really pretty places, pretty rooms. So you do have a window of time that you can that they open up booking for the restaurants online after you book your cruise. But if you book your cruise like we did, after that window opened, by the time you get your cruise booked, the amount of spaces, which is about 20% of the reservations, you can only book online. And once they're full, you can't book any reservations until you get on the ship. Again, that's why if you need reservations for any of the restaurants, as soon as you get on board, you want to take care of that first. Okay? So you can do it again once you get on board. You can go on your phone app, on board, you can go to the theater, and that will take care of dining and entertainment. Some of the shows you can get reservations for, some don't need them. Or you can go to those touchscreen tablets at the elevator banks, and you can make dinner reservations there. We didn't do it with that, but we did it the easy way. In the back here is Hudson's main, and this is the other main dining room. Nice views, the ocean. Again, very pretty room. Everybody's having breakfast. And this wraps right around. So that's very nice. Again, haven't eaten here. We've been having dinner at a specialty restaurant every night. So this takes care of deck 7. I'm going to pause. I'm going to go back up. We're going to start on deck 8. I'll be right back. Okay, we're on deck 8 now. Again, we're starting at the theater. If you enter the theater on deck 8, it's going to put you up into the balcony, which is where I sat last night to watch the rumor show, and that was nice seating. Deck 7, I believe, is seats on either side, like a middle balcony, but on either side. And then deck 6 is just your regular floor seating, theater seating. And again, this brings you out, and we're back in the atrium. We're up on the 8th floor. So you can look down, you can see the water over there. You can see the entertainment down below. So there's plenty of room for everybody. On this floor, you also have shopping. Okay? And the shopping on, the stores on this floor go all the way down the port side of the ship. Okay? I'm going to go over here on this side of the ship, the starboard side, which if you're facing the front of the ship, and I think I just got that wrong. If you're facing the front of the ship, on the left is port, on the right is starboard. So I had that right. Those wrong. Those shops are on the starboard side. On the port side here is the whiskey bar. Nice popular place to come, especially if you're a whiskey fan. You can do flights, you can do tastings. They have a nice menu. So there's that. Again, I'm trying to get this done early before all the people come out. Okay. Now, next to the whiskey bar is this place, Anya. This is the Italian restaurant. We ate here last night, and it was the best meal we had on the ship. So if you come on the Prima or you go on to another NCL ship that has Onda, it was magnificent. It was the best. So don't miss out on that. Okay. The other thing about deck 8 is it's the only, I'm going to stop, but I didn't want to turn too quick and give you a whiplash. It's the only deck, hi Marlene, that you can go out and walk the decks. This is the part my wife doesn't like. She will not walk on this walkway here. It's the plexiglass walkway. And Valerie will not have any part of this. When we do our walks around the deck, she walks through the inside. I walk through out here. But we're going to go back in because it gets windy out here. So that just wraps around. Again, you just did a little walk away here. But I am going to go back out so you can see a little bit more Onda, the Italian restaurant, because they have outdoor seating at Onda. Go. here's the outdoor seating. So if you want to sit indoors, you can. If you want to sit outdoors, we sat near the window last night right at sunset, and it was couldn't have been better. Okay. If you like to sit outside, you can do it. And then the other specialty restaurant, which we haven't gone to yet, that we're going to go to tonight for our last night, is the Mexican restaurant, which is Los Lobos. And again, they have outdoor seating. We talked to some folks and they said this place was really good. So we had a dinner we had to use. So we're going to try Los Lobos tonight. I don't know if I can get in the store. Let's see. Yes, I can. Woohoo! So this is the inside of the restaurant. Okay. Well, this is going well so far. Let's see what we got. This deck 8 is what we use a lot because we're just one floor up on deck 9. One of the places we like to go a lot is the local. The local is kind of like their public house, or you got an entrance on this side, and you have an entrance over here. The other side is kind of like the restaurant part of it. You can go in and get a table. This side is all nice, cozy seating along the side. And the bar. And they have food you can get almost 24 hours a day. And the food here is complimentary. So you can get your chicken wings, you can get Reubens, you can get burgers, you can get hot dogs, you can get all kinds of stuff at this place. So this is the local. So that will bring you into the dining area over there. If you want to sit at a table, have breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Out here, you would have drinks. Again, you can get, they have a bar menu. You can get, like I had the chicken wings the other day, and they were real good. In the morning at 5 o'clock, they put this coffee out. So if you're nearby, you can come down and pour yourself a cup of coffee. Okay, so next is one of our favorite places on the ship we're going to get to. And that's called Indulge Food Hall. This is a really unique idea, and the food here is fabulous. They have different types of food. You got Indian food, you got American food, you got barbecue. You have a noodle bar, tapas. So this is the kitchen for one of the Indian restaurants. So they have all these different cooking stations. Good morning, how are you? Just showing people our favorite spot on the ship. So what you do here, you take a seat at any of the tables, and they have this touch screen. It's not on yet because it's not open, but they have the menus for all these little places here, and you place your order, and they bring the food to you. So instead of like a buffet where you go around and you pick stuff from here and there, you order it and they bring it to you. So it's really a great idea. And every place we've eaten, we ordered from in this place so far is fantastic. Really like it. In the morning they have some spots set up for breakfast too. So like here's the smokehouse. From what I understand, the brisket is fabulous here. They only do it at night. They smoke it all day long, and then they have it at dinner at night. The ribs are good. The pulled pork, I tasted that. That was good. And in the morning, they have some breakfast spots set up. So you have that. You have another Starbucks up here. This is a salad area here where if you order salad, all the salads are made here. Really cool, funky little place. There's a couple like food trucks here. This is the tapas, and then just sit there. They have things on that little tablet that you can order from here, or from the Latin corner that you can order from here. And you can just pick and choose what you want, and somebody brings it over. I think it's a great idea because unlike the buffet where people go up and they'll just get a ton of food and a lot of it just goes in the trash, here you're getting really good quality food. It's on small plates. They're all small plates. You can get as much as you want, but you got to order it. So you really don't see tables filled with plates left by people that still have a bunch of food on it. So, and there's plenty of seating between splitting up the dining with, say, the main dining room down on 6, and then Hudson's that we just saw on 7. This area here for dining, the local, the specialty restaurants, the buffet upstairs. You just have a lot of options for food, and it really spreads people out so it never feels crowded. Okay, so this is also the only deck that you can walk around outside until you get up to the higher decks. But we're going to take a walk so you can see there's some pools here on this deck. So they're not big, but you're able to go and get wet. And again, it splits up the people from the pools upstairs to the pools downstairs, so it's not very crowded. There's seating all around this deck. This is the aft. Take a look at where you've been. All kinds of comfortable seating. You can find shady spots, you can find sunny spots. Just bring your book down. These are great if you have an interior room. So you can come down and find a nice spot outside and enjoy your day. You can get food from inside, come out and sit out here. And people like us, we walk laps around it during the day as well. Some funky chairs over here. See another ship out there. So again, the wind's getting to us here, so I'm not really going to talk that much. The other neat thing you'll see over here is the pools, but these are kind of like little water beds over here, and have the water, little pools kind of going around it. But if you see here, that's a dry slide. They go down in like sacks. It's up at the top, and they just come down, and it ends down here. No, I haven't done it, but there's not a lot of kids on this ship. It's right after the Christmas and New Year's break, so. But again, nice little infinity pool. And again, here's the outside part of the local, so if you want to come outside with your food from the local, there's places to sit. This is where the people come out of the slide. So, kind of looks a little unnerving, but when you see them coming down, you think they would go a lot faster than they do, but they really don't go very fast down this thing. Okay, we're going to go back in and get out of this wind. Hold on to your hats. We're not going to go in that one. Clean, clean, clean. All right, we're going to take a break, and I'm going to get us up to, because from here up it's all rooms until we get up to the pool deck, up to deck 16. So I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to catch back up on deck 16. Okay, we're on deck 16 now, and again, this is guest rooms on this deck. We're heading to the spa and the fitness center. But what I did want to share with you, if you've been on other Norwegian ships, their rugs in the guest hallways have little fish swimming on them. And the fish are swimming in the direction of the front of the ship, so you always know which way is forward on the ship. On Prima, they have these triangles, and the triangles always face the front of the ship. So you're walking, you're kind of getting lost or whatever, you always know which way is forward by those triangles. So if you come around here, it will bring you into the spa and fitness center. So we're going to take a walk in here. Hello. We got a barbershop here. So if guys want to have a haircut or a shave, they can. And the ladies have a salon. I'm not going to try not to get anybody in these shots here. Okay. Down below, I'm going to take you down here too, is the spa. So Pulse Fitness Center is in here. We've got a restroom. This room here is for if you want to do some stretching or whatnot, you can. They also have yoga classes. Okay, so I don't like to really spend too much time in there. Just a quick little walkthrough, and as you can see, they got pretty much everything you need in there. They got the treadmills, they got the bikes, they got the weight room. So now we're going to go downstairs. So I'm going to pause this for a minute because I have to check in. Okay, so we're going down into the spa now. We got here early, so hopefully not many people are here. So this is the hot pool here, very warm water, and all kind of jets going through it. And this is the salt pool. You can float in there and let the salt water heal you. Okay, you got these warming chairs, very comfy. Got a little setup over here for rehydrating. Get some water, coffee if you want, oranges. And back here it takes you to the thermal suites. And there's an array of different places to sit and lounge here. I'm not going to talk in here. I don't know if anybody's here or not. No, nobody's here. So again, you're facing right at the front of the ship. It's a beautiful room, very relaxing, with one big problem. Right above us, that gym we were just in, the treadmills, the weight rooms, it's right above here. And when you're sitting here trying to relax, read a book, take a little snooze, somebody's on that treadmill, it's thump, 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 thump. The people in the weight room putting the weights down, boom, sounds like explosions. Whoever thought this out, it was a big error. It's not very, you see the quiet signs all over, but it constantly sounds like somebody's coming through the ceiling on you when you're sitting in here and that gym is filled up above us. Other than that, it's a really nice area. Now, for the whole cruise, I paid $349 to do the spa. And it was worth it. I come down every day for at least a while. I go up to the gym for a while and then come down here, use the pools, use the different steam rooms, which we're going to go to next. So, but you gotta put the time in. Every time you use it, you just divide up the cost of what you're paying for it. But I'd like this room a lot more if I wasn't hearing all the noise from upstairs. So we're going to go out again, and we're going to go through the where all the steam rooms are and everything. We have some showers throughout the place too. There's a number of these. We also, of course, have them in the locker rooms. We're not going in the locker rooms, but this is a pretty cool room. This is the ice room. And they say you should come in here when you're done with all the hot rooms. End up in here, sit for a while, and then take some of this ice and starting with your feet, rub the ice over your body. So, that's what they say. But it's a cool little room. And over here on this side, you have the salt room. They say that's good for, they all have their little things here, you know, can help with respiratory problems and strengthening immune systems. Again, it's what they say. An infrared room over here. This is a neat little, what they call an experiential shower. So, kind of like that. That's pretty neat. And there's one over here for handicap accessibility. This sauna is the hottest in here. It gets up to 212 degrees. That's a charcoal sauna and the steam room, which is nice. I'm not going to open the door because there's people in there. So, and that's it. All right? Very nice place. I'm going to take a break here and get to the next floor. Okay, so that was it for deck 16. The only thing open to all the guests on deck 16 is the spa and sauna and fitness center. Everything else on deck 16 is for Haven guests only. That's the kind of upper echelon of the ship. And if you're not a Haven guest, you can't go on that floor. Anyway, so now we're on 17. 17, 18, and 19. Or you can see the outdoor portions of the ship. Let me switch back around here. Okay. You have the outdoor portions of the ship, the upper pool. But what I like, one of our favorite spots we're going into now, and that is the observation deck. This is really nice, and I think they should have this on every ship at sea. A lot of, I think a lot of ships used to have it. I don't think they do it as much anymore. But here's the observation lounge. It's at the very front of the ship, totally enclosed in glass, with really nice seating areas. So in the morning, they have coffee up here, tea, and just a few little goodies. It's not a full buffet or anything. But it's really comfortable. It's quiet. So here's a little area. You got your coffee, water. And they're putting out pastries, and they'll have some other food out here coming out soon. So they have little egg bites and whatnot. Really good. Light, very light stuff. We came up here the other day for a party for platinum guests and higher, and it was all free drinks for about an hour, and met the captain and staff, met some other guests. So it was nice. Here's the bar for it over here. Again, not open yet. Yeah, we were actually sitting right there yesterday for about an hour overlooking Cozumel and having cocktails and just enjoying it. Okay. Now, right next door to here is another pretty cool place. It's not for us, it's more for the kids, but it's their arcade, which is probably the coolest arcade I've seen. Let's go take a look. So this is all deck 17 forward on the ship. So we're going to go. So we just did a circle around there. This is a little intro to the game room. This is the Galaxy Pavilion. Kind of like Star Trek.
Your interdimensional shore excursion awaits.
So a lot of these, like this ride here, it's kind of like a 3D, 4D simulation ride that's usually inside one of those rooms with a screen on it, you know, and it moves this way and that way, and you know, has a whole storyline going. While it's kind of like you're in a video. What they do now is they have the, you might see it on the seat there, they have the masks that you wear. So the alternate reality masks or whatever you call them, and you put those vision goggles on, and that's the screen. So that's pretty cool. And they have a number of them. They have one over behind here. You can see like a cage. It's called the Descent, and it appears you're going down into a underground, like it might be if you were a miner or something. And of course, you're going to have a problem. It's going to drop. I don't know. Only problem I'm seeing with these, they're expensive. That there is $9 if you want to do it. Okay. They also have an escape room over here. Virtual reality, that's what it is, VR. You can see all the goggles. So they have all this stuff over here is all virtual reality stuff. But again, nobody's here right now because it's early in the morning. Like a starship space dealio over here. And then your regular arcade stuff over here. More virtual reality things here. I don't know what this one is, but some kind of, I don't know if it's Grand Theft Auto or what, but you have another one here. Again, not a lot of kids on this, so whenever I come up here to check it out, there's really nobody here. So anyway, that's that. So we're going to head outside now and just hit a couple things, and we're just about done. It's been a great cruise. Again, I can't believe that it went by so fast. We went to Cozumel, not Grand Cayman. Yeah, Grand Cayman, Cozumel, Great Stirrup Cay, and what's the other one? I can't even remember what the other port we went to. There was one we didn't get off the ship. So anyway, here's the pool deck. And the pool deck has its own bar over there. And then it goes into the Surfside Cafe, which is the buffet. A lot of people, when they first got on anyway, complained that the buffet was very small. And it is, but again, there's so much other dining, it really never was a problem for anyone. Now, I was going to go up here, but not able to because it's kind of windy. So we're going to go around the other side. This up here That's the go-kart track. I wanted to get up the higher so I can show that to you, but you can see it here. It's 3 levels, which is pretty cool. But again, haven't seen it running once. It has not been open. And I don't know if it's just because there's not the anyone really asking for it, but it's not running. So we'll go around the pool deck.
I think that's not.
So I wanted to show you this too. Again, I can't get to the top of it because it's inclement weather, but this is called the Wave. This is their water ride. So again, you start up there and you just zoom right on down into that big area there. It just shoots you up like you just got thrown by a big old wave. And then you come down into this chute here. So hopefully it will be open later because I haven't had a chance, but I'm going to do it today. Okay, so that's pretty much it, folks. Up top here, you have 2 other specialty restaurants. Right over there, you got Palomar, that's Mediterranean. And then on the other side of that, you have the food court. The Food Republic. They're both pay-for things, or you can use them if you have your food plan. And the other side is the buffet. I really don't like going through the buffets when people are eating, but that's it. Hold on. Okay, so that wraps us up. Thanks a lot for joining me for the past, it's been an hour? Wow. But you got to see pretty much all of Prima. Behind me here, you can see one of the other private areas of the ship that's called Buy Beach Club, and you would buy a membership to go out there. You have it's not as crowded. Only people who bought the package can go out there. Honestly, I'll see a couple people out there, not a lot. There's just so much other space on the ship that's comfortable that you don't have to pay extra for. So, but if you want that little extra, go ahead and get it. So we did like this ship. We had a great time on it. Took a little used to getting around at first, but we figured it out. We did not eat at the buffets at all. Most of our lunches were done. We really don't eat a lot of breakfast, but most of our lunches were done at Indulgence Food Hall and in the local. And then every night we've been eating at a specialty restaurant. One night we didn't eat at the specialty restaurant. We ate up at Indulge Food Hall. Food there is great, and it's free. It's all complimentary. So if you have any questions about the Prima, how to book it, the itineraries that they have, just give me a call. Lou at East Coast Cruise Center, 843-532-0411, and we'll get you all straightened out. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Again, if it's a button, press it. If it's a bell, ring it. Just do whatever you can. I'd appreciate it. I book for all the cruise lines all over the world. If it floats, I can put you on it. So please give me a call, and thanks for spending this hour with me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.